And hello again from the Granite State. My name's Gary, and this is the Restoring Main Street podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Just wanted to take a quick moment to share the introduction of a new segment on Restoring Main Street. Always trying to come up with new content. Obviously, the interview process is still something that I much more enjoy doing, the conversation back and forth with another individual about any given topic. But I wanted to come up with something that I could take ideas, questions, just basic statements, and do just a quick posting for you and get your reaction or comments. So with that in mind, I just want to show you the new stinger for the new segment and see what you think. And that's it, Restoring Main Street Quick Hits. My lovely wife actually came up with the name for that one, so I have to give her credit for that. But to kick this off, I just wanted to share some information with you that, actually from an article that came out not that long ago. Probably a lot of you know who Daniel Horowitz is from Conservative Review. And Daniel wrote an article where he sat down with representative from OSHA and basically shared information concerning masks and yeah, I always trip over that word. So whether masks are actually useful or not. How about we go that route, and I'll work on my pronunciation afterwards. But anyway, so what Daniel was sharing here was an interview with Stephen Petty. And Mr. Petty is a certified industrial hygienist that works for OSHA. And as it relates to masks and surgical masks and how well they actually function when you're talking about coronavirus, this is his general first statement in Daniel's article. It says, asbestos particles on average are 5 microns, which are much larger than SARS-CoV-2. Yet nobody in my field, industrial hygiene, would recommend that you could protect workers from asbestos exposure using a mask, this particular type of mask. And he goes on to say, in fact, I would argue that you'd lose your accreditation for saying such a thing. So that's a pretty strong statement when you're talking about the surgical mask and things that, face gaiters, that most of us have been wearing around in public to, quote unquote, protect us or protect others from spreading of COVID-19. And what Daniel's article, like I said, the name of the article is How OSHA Magically Evolved from Years of Its Own Research Stating Masks Are Not Valid Protection. And I just wanted to go through just a couple of, where are we here? Sorry. Just a quick part of the timeline that basically emphasizes Daniel's point. So from May 2009, here's an OSHA fact sheet, and this is respiratory infection control, respirators versus surgical masks. Okay. While explaining that surgical masks only work for splashes, well, tongue-tied tonight, or large droplets, OSHA made it clear surgical masks are not designed or certified to prevent the inhalation of small airborne contaminants. OSHA goes on to say that their ability to filter small particles varies significantly based upon the type of material used to make the surgical masks. So they cannot be God, tongue is awful today. Relied upon to protect workers against airborne infectious agents. Like I said, forgive me my stumbling here, but I'm just trying to get to the more of the meat of the matter. Now, that was May 2009. Now, take a look at just a few months later, December 16th, OSHA produced a video, the difference between respirators and surgical masks. In the video, the narrator states or says very emphatically, a surgical mask is not a respirator. and that's an important distinction for you and your employees to understand. And basically, this video was targeting people in the healthcare workers, healthcare industry. And it also states that face masks are not designed or certified to seal tightly against your face to prevent the inhalation of small airborne particles. And the video goes on to say, remember, face masks are not considered respirators, and they do not provide respiratory protection. Now, that's just a couple. I have a posting another video here from January 2011, respiratory protection for healthcare workers training video, which basically states the same thing or similar facts. Another one in May 2015, hospital respiratory protection program toolkit. And it goes on and on. There's 2 or 3 other pieces of information, whether it be an OSHA video or a paper, and all of it basically reiterating the same thing, stating that the things that we've been wearing around this whole time, the things that the administration and Anthony Fauci have been, holding up as something that, could protect you even more than a virus. I forget exactly. I know a very important figure made that statement back some months ago. And from what I see here, pretty ridiculous and either ignorance on his part or an outright lie. So just wanted to share that with you. Again, I would ask that you search Daniel Horowitz, type OSHA in after that, and you should be able to put up that article. It also, in the article, actually has a couple of posts from Twitter, some basic information showing when mask mandates kicked in several areas, whether it be LA or and comparing it to Sweden or New York, I believe, and comparing it to Sweden or California. Anyway, it showed in both of these tweets the designated time period when the mask mandates went in, and they had seemingly no effect on a downturn as far as spikes in the virus. But what you did see, if you look at the chart, was there was actually a huge upward tick in most places that instituted a mask mandate. And you can make your own speculations from there why that is. I think basically because the masks don't work and people got a false sense of security. Just my opinion. So that's my first Restoring Main Street quick hit. And what I'm looking for from all of you is a response, your opinions, how you feel about that. Like I said, I would encourage you to read the article. And just looking for feedback. That's kind of what this quick hit is going to be. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep it to under 10 minutes. And I think I'm running a little bit long this time, but that's because we were involved in the explanation of what's going on here as well. So, once again, Gary with Restoring Main Street. Check us out at our website, restoringmainstreet.com. We also have a MeWe and a Gab page. Still have a page on Facebook as well, and you can see our videos on Rumble and YouTube and Facebook for as long as they'll accept them, and depending on what topic we get into, that we don't get throttled or shut down. But whatever the case may be, I thank you for your time, and as always, God, freedom, and family, because if we lose the first two, our families are doomed. So thank you for taking a few minutes. God bless you. Give you back your evening. And like I said, hit me up with comments. Curious about what your thoughts are. So thanks, and God bless.